Well, good morning, and thank you for stopping by Cincy Lifestyle this morning. We are so glad you did. We've got a great show for you. Isn't that right, Clyde?
Mona, absolutely. Yes, we do. Good morning to you, and good morning to all of you watching with us this morning. If I could take just a moment, I want to say happy birthday to a dear friend who hit his 39th birthday yet again, the one and only Dennis Jansen, one of the most humorous and at the same time humane people you'd ever hope to meet. Funny guy. I love him. And Denny, I just want you to know, I hope you have a good birthday.
And Clyde, how long did you two work together?
206 years. Or so it seemed. No, we worked together for about, we worked together for about 25 years.
Wow. Well, you all were a great pair, and I know you were friends on and off the set. So that's fantastic.
That we were.
Well, you know what? I got something for you, Clyde. An archaeology professor has built a DIY spacesuit. Yes, a spacesuit. Yeah, for 8 years, he used everything from zip ties and pie tins and motorcycle batteries and aquarium pumps, all this to construct this spacesuit. He put the $1,000 suit to the ultimate test in a hot air balloon flying above the Earth's surface, and he managed to reach 5,000 feet.
Wow.
His goal is to make it so that he can reach 63,000 feet, which is the maximum that any human can go without special equipment. So he's going to be testing that and continue to work on it. So congratulations to him. You know, some inspiration to go for your dreams.
Exactly. To imagine putting something together like that. If I put a spacesuit together, I wouldn't trust it more than 10 feet off the ground. So for him to do it and want to go to 63,000 feet, that's something to say. That's a lot to be said there.
That is.
All right, a little bit
Absolutely.
later on in the show this morning, we're going to help you identify some common invasive plant species that might pop up in your yard and make sure you and your family are ready should disaster strike. Those are coming up. But first, we want to look towards the stars, having discussed spacesuits earlier. And with us right now will be Dean Regas. But let me set him up by saying this. Did you know that people have been studying the stars through telescopes for hundreds of years? That's right. They've been making new discoveries and seeing constellations. But nowadays, a front row seat to your cosmic occurrences wouldn't be possible without a telescope, which has been around for a very long time. So let's now talk with Dean Regas about this marvel of science. Dean, by the way, the astronomer for the Cincinnati Observatory. Dean, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on here today, Clyde.
Absolutely. 412 years of telescopes. What did they look like when they first got started?
Well, they weren't much to look at or through initially, but imagine this fella patents this looking glass that you can put your eye up to and makes things far away look close in 1608, and so it could magnify 2 or 3 times, which doesn't sound like much, but that's 2 or 3 times more than anybody had ever seen before, and it just opened up this whole universe, and people were having telescopes very quickly right after that.
Okay, so any idea what they were able to see through those early scopes?
Well, so there's Galileo is the most famous early astronomer that was using this scope. So he looked to see craters of the moon, sunspots, the phases of Venus. He saw Jupiter and its moons, and also the rings of Saturn, which he couldn't quite see clearly enough, so he called them ears. Instead of rings, they were ears sticking out the side of Saturn.
Okay, so as we think about the evolution of the telescope, how did we end up from that then to where we are now today?
Well, a lot of ingenuity. I mean, we have people making their own spacesuits, so then people started making their own telescopes, and so they just kept getting bigger and bigger and more elaborate and more extensive, and now we have telescopes like at the Cincinnati Observatory, which was built in 1845 as one of the oldest in the Western Hemisphere, a gorgeous telescope, and then we have space telescopes, and then we have telescopes the size of whole buildings. And so the technology now, we can see so much more today than we could even 10 years ago. The leaps it's unbelievable, and it's so fun to be part of this field because we learn something new every single day.
Well, and not only do you learn something new, but you teach something new. You've got a class coming up that people can learn more about telescopes. Tell us about that.
That's right. Well, while the observatory is open to limited groups, you can come in person, we have a lot more ability to teach online. And so we have a lot of online classes that are available to people. And so on the 8th, we have a class called The History of the Telescope, where we'll start back in the 1600s and bring us on to modern day. And these online classes have been a lot of fun. It's you can really learn a lot of them and a lot about them. And so we have plenty of them on our website, CincinnatiObservatory.org. And we even have one tonight about exoplanets, planets going around other stars. So a whole series of these online classes are coming up.
All right, so right quick, how do people sign up?
Yeah, just go to our website, CincinnatiObservatory.org, and go to the events page, and you can see all the 5 online classes coming up. And we even have some classes for kids, too, and lots of other things that we've got slated for the fall because we have Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars coming back around soon. So
wow.
This is an exciting time to be looking up.
Yes, it is. Always a pleasure talking to you, Dean. Thanks for joining us.
Sure. Thanks for having me. Keep looking up, everybody.
Okay. Mona?
He's got great advice. All right, so if 2020 has you in a funk, how about using a little color for some energy and a mood booster? Well, design experts say that sometimes that's all it takes. Abby Silver has the story.
Color. It has the power to change the feel of an entire room.
Paint, of course, is a low-cost, high-impact, it's a practical, productive way to transform your spaces in 2021.
When choosing new colors for your home, consider your existing furniture, fixtures, and other features. With thousands of on-trend decor pieces, you can find any design aesthetic in the Home Depot.
See the hottest hues from Behr Paint color experts at Behr.com/2021trends.
I want to take you back outside since chances are you've seen a flower or plant in your yard and thought, what is this? And why can't I get rid of it? Well, we may have just the answer for you. I want to welcome Chris Bedell from the Cincinnati Museum Center and Rich McCarty from the Nature Conservancy. Thank you guys for being here.
Good morning.
Now, I know we have a lot to talk about, so we're going to get right to it. What's the difference between a native and non-native plant, and why should we care?
So a native plant would be something that has lived in Ohio ever since plants lived here. A non-native plant typically are brought in from another area, a lot of times another country, and sometimes we bring those in and they become what's called invasive, meaning they spread across the landscape and take over native habitat for other native flowers.
So we're going to focus on 3 plants today, so tell us about those.
Okay, I think the 3 we kind of decided to talk about are the calorie pear, which is a common tree species that you see all too often here, the ranunculus, buttercup, spring flowering, and bush honeysuckle, which is prevalent throughout the city, throughout our natural areas, our city parks, and our backyards.
At these white flowers. What are those white trees?
Yeah, that's the calorie pear. Very evident in the spring of the year when they flower. You'll see them really along highway corridors, and again along the edge of your yards and the edge of woodlots. The seeds are spread with many invasive species. The seeds get spread by birds, so they get distributed really well.
Okay, so they do look pretty, but they do have a dark side, right?
Yeah, you want to hit on that?
Yeah, they will take over. Any one of these will completely shield, the ground from any sort of sunlight. So if you're a flower, if you like your spring wildflowers, these plants will completely form a canopy and nothing will grow underneath there except for those particular plants.
So why are these plants somewhat dangerous for us and our area?
Well, generally, these plants, I don't know, this one is the calorie pear, and I don't know that you can pick up on that, but it has some really spiny thorns, so it can be a real nuisance and dangerous to, to crawl around in.
That's right.
But there's so many other invasive species. We have invasive species that threaten our waterways and fresh water. We have invasive species that threaten us. Some like West Nile virus, I believe, would be an invasive species. So all these things have repercussions to our natural systems here. And they affect not only the plants around them, but the other insects and the other members of that natural community.
So we have just a few seconds left. Tell me, how do we get rid of them?
draw the line in the sand on your own property, because they are loose pretty profusively in the city. So if you have any sort of, garden, land, yard, learn these 3 plants and go to your garden store to get the products that you'll need to take care of these things.
And most of us in conservation, we offer opportunities to volunteer. Your city parks, your metro parks. Turn out, pair of gloves and elbow grease. We all work together, we can make a difference.
Oh, thank you. Okay, there's free help for you. All right, Chris, Rich, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
The Boy Scouts of America is revving up to help parents and kids get more engaged during what has been a tough year for many. It's all about pairing in-person fun activities with online interactions to help kids show off creativity, resourcefulness, and problem-solving skills. Danielle Jackson has more.
Kids, start your creative engines. How about creating a car that could race at the Texas Motor Speedway?
It's called Family Fun Fest, and it's launching our inaugural Pinewood Derby 500. Kids from all over the country can participate by building and mailing their Pinewood Derby cars for a chance to see them race on the track. Any retailer that sells a Pinewood Derby kit, build your car, mail it to us, and make sure we've received it by September 8th.
Visit scouting.org/familyfunfest to learn more.
Looks like fun. Now, coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, how prepared are you and your family if disaster strikes? An instructor from FEMA will tell us more about the items you should always have on hand and tips on how to stay powered up during a weather emergency. Then, if drinking your morning cup of coffee is taking a toll on your teeth, we know something that can help. It's called Power Swabs. We'll tell you how to use them and talk more about a great deal going on right now. Plus, be sure to check us out on Facebook. We post all of our guest segments and community stories there for you to watch and share with your friends. So like and follow us now at facebook.com/Cincy Lifestyle. Stick around, we'll be right back.
If your teeth are yellowing due to coffee, tea, red wine, or even smoking, you need to pay attention to our next guest. She says a whiter smile can take years off your appearance. And I want to welcome our guest and our friend, Stephanie Yacoli, and she's here to show us an easy way to look younger, healthier, and feel more confident. Thank you for talking to us today, Stephanie. All right, so you have an important test you'd like to share with our viewers about their smile, so tell us about it.
That's right. You know, it's no secret. The first thing people notice when they see you is your smile, and this test really proved that. We asked a panel of people who they'd rather kiss, and we showed them, as you're seeing, the exact same photographs side by side, just digitally altered. So the only difference is that white smile against the yellow stained teeth, and it's just amazing how much it transforms you. You know, instantly makes you more attractive, more young, and even more healthy. So who doesn't want that? And of course, 100% of the men and women we asked said hands down they'd rather kiss the one with the white smile. So it can certainly improve your love life too.
Well, we're all for that. Well, you know, it also shows that yellow teeth can really not only affect your looks, but even your health.
It's very true. You know, you're going to get a beautiful bright white smile with Power Swabs. I love this product because it literally works in 5 minutes, and it's not just whitening your teeth. It has a patent technology to physically lift and remove stains, and it's so easy. You just pop the swab open and in a circular motion apply to your teeth for 2 minutes. Step one's removing those stains, you know, caused by coffee, chocolate, red wine, you know. These all cause, you know, stains, but you don't need to give up your morning coffee. Keep it because Power Swabs is removing those stains. We're also rehydrating the enamel, clinically proven to cause 0 to minimal sensitivity by rehydrating the enamel. Biggest game changer for me when it comes to teeth whitening. And then you let that set for 30 seconds. You go right into step 2, same process. You just pop the swab open and in a circular motion apply to your teeth. Super easy.
All right, and Stephanie, you've got a great deal for us today. Talk about it.
Yes, you're going to save 40% off plus free shipping by getting the 7-day Power Swabs kit. And you're going to see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth just after that first 5-minute application, an average of 6 shades over the course of the 7-day kit. We're also throwing in a free stain out quick stick, which is awesome because you can expect your pearly whites to last up to 6 months. But throughout those 6 months, use the stain out quick stick for little touch-ups here and there. And this is awesome because it's portable. You can put this in your purse, your pocket, travel with it wherever you go. And Power Swabs, by the way, works on caps, veneers. Unlike most teeth whitening systems, you can use it on bonds, you know, any kind of dental work. Normally, you'd have to go to the dentist's office, but you can use Power Swabs right at home.
All right, where can people get more information, Stephanie?
Powerswabs.com or call the number on the screen to get that special offer.
All right, sounds good. Stephanie, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Each September is National Preparedness Month, and this year provides more challenges than ever as the nation has already experienced hurricanes, tornadoes, fires, floods, and a pandemic. Joining us today is Cheryl Nelson, an instructor for FEMA's National Disaster Preparedness Training Center, a meteorologist, and the founder of Prepare with Cher. So Cher, good morning. Let's dive right in and talk about why it's more important than ever to recognize National Preparedness Month.
Hi, Clyde. Thanks for having me. I've been studying natural disasters for about 2 decades, and extreme weather events are on the rise. I mean, look at the hurricane season so far, well above average. So it's super important that you have a preparedness kit at home, in your car, and because it's 2020, make sure you have a mask and hand sanitizer.
So what's something that can make a huge difference when it comes to surviving a disaster?
Portable generators are a convenient and possibly life-saving tool. So you want to make sure that if you have one, though, you use it properly because there are risks if you don't. To prepare for hurricane and severe weather and help keep your family safe, always take your portable generator outside. The Portable Generator Manufacturers Association has important safety tips to ensure proper use. Now, to avoid the dangers of carbon monoxide buildup, you want to make sure that you take it outside because carbon monoxide is invisible and it's odorless. So never run your generator indoors or in a garage, basement, crawl space, shed, or other partially enclosed spaces. TakeYourGeneratorOutside.com has more safety information.
Okay, so if there's one key item that everybody ought to have on hand, what would it be?
I recommend having a good working flashlight like this one right here. And this is the Maglite ML300L 4D cell LED. It offers more than 2 weeks of continuous light on one set of batteries in eco mode. According to Popular Mechanics magazine, it's the last flashlight you'll ever need to buy. Manufactured in America, it gives the right amount of light for any situation and offers legendary durability. It's a quality flashlight that'll work when you need it.
Well, the whole flashlight conversation brings up the question of keeping power on during severe weather. What recommendations do you have about that?
Yeah, you always got to have plenty of batteries as well, and batteries plus bulbs, they have it all. They have everything you need to keep your home and business powered up during severe weather and disasters, including backup power units, lanterns, generators, alkaline batteries, also jump packs, some pump batteries, and generator batteries. It's important to have uninterruptible power supplies and surge protectors to protect your data and keep you connected during a power outage.
And what else ought we to have around when extreme weather hits?
Find out if you have flood insurance. This is crucial to know, and the National Association of Insurance Commissioners wants to remind you that a typical homeowner's insurance policy does not cover floods. You need flood insurance for that. Flood insurance is available through NFIP or private insurance companies. Now, regarding your vehicle, comprehensive auto insurance does cover your car for weather-related events like a flood, as well as theft, fires, and animal accidents. But this kind of insurance is optional, so you want to check your policy to see if you're covered. NAIC.org has more information on that.
Lots of good ideas there. So if folks want to get more information, how do they do that?
Visit tipsontv.com.
All right, Cheryl, thank you so much for talking to us this morning. And stick around, we'll be right back. PK, the director, says what you see is what we'll get today. Mostly cloudy through much of the day as highs rise to about 80 degrees. And so does the humidity rising today. Very sticky by this evening, Mona.
Thank you, Clyde. Yeah, you know what? Still going to try to get out for a little bit before the rain comes.
Smart move, smart move. All right, coming up tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle, did you happen to dust off your bike this summer for the first time in years? Well, you are not alone, and the owners of Spun Bicycle can certainly attest to that. We're going to give you an update on what's happening in the Cincy bike scene and how these shop owners are doing their best to handle it. Get it? See? Handle it, bike.
Oh, that's really cute, Clyde. And then it's time for another DIY project. Our good friend John Denny will be here, and this time he's going to teach us how to make a rack.
All right, have a great day. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before, or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.